This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video I will analyze the San Felipe Stakes at Santa Anita Park on Saturday, March 1st. And this is a Kentucky Derby 2025 points race. And through 23 races on my Road to the Derby video series, my top choices have 5 wins, 5 runner-up finishes, and 2 show finishes. 2 of my top choices have scratched, so I'm officially 5 for 21 on the Road to the Derby. And I did update my weekly Kentucky Derby report yesterday, and you can read my latest Derby report featuring a recap of the Rebel Stakes, updated point standings, and my exceptional 11 Derby contenders. You can find that report at therunawayrhorse.com on my Kentucky Derby page, and I will include a link to my latest Derby report in the video description below. And I am covering all of the Derby at Oaks points races on a busy weekend this weekend for March 1st and 2nd. I already posted videos for the Devona Dale and Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream, and I will be covering the Busher and Gotham at Aqueduct and the Santa Isabel Stakes at Santa Anita for March 2nd. So look for those videos in the coming days on my channel. And I always offer full cards at Santa Anita each day if you're interested in my full card analysis. And I am also offering a full card for the 14-day Fountain of Youth Day program at Gulfstream on March 1st. You can purchase my full cards individually, or you can buy the Santa Anita Gulfstream March 1st cards together as part of my weekly Saturday special for $16. And for March 1st for Santa Anita, it's Big Cap Day, 11 races, a bunch of stakes races. And for Gulfstream, it's Fountain of Youth Day with a bunch of stakes races and 14 races. So that's 25 races I'm going to be covering, and you can get those full cards Saturday special for $16 if you're interested, or you can purchase them individually. And I have been offering full cards online since the 1990s, and I do have a long record of success and trustworthiness over many years. So go to therunawayrhorse.com on my sales page for more details if you're interested in my full card analysis. And the early weather forecast for March 1st at Santa Anita calls for partly cloudy skies, high temperature of 67. Now, trainer Bob Baffert, he has saddled the winner of the San Felipe Stakes 9 times, including 2024 winner Imagination. And he saddles half of the 6-horse field this year. Now we're going to meet the field for the 2025 San Felipe, and I will give out my contenders from last to first. This race will be run Saturday, March 1st as the 8th race at Santa Anita, Grade 2, $300,000 San Felipe, 3-year-olds, 1 mile and a 16th on the main track, scheduled post time 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and breaking from the inside post is Mellencamp. This is the first Bob Baffert trainee, and this one Mike Smith will ride, and he's still a maiden after 4 starts. He finished second twice. Number 2 is Journalism in here for trainer Michael McCarthy, and this one is the son of Curlin, and he won both of his 2-turn races after stretching out in distance in his second career start, and then he won the Los Al Futurity last time. Umberto Rispoli is aboard. Number 3 is Barnes for trainer Bob Baffert, the second Baffert trainee. He won his debut, and then he won the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes, and Juan Hernandez is aboard. Number 4 in here is Rodriguez, the third Bob Baffert trainee. This is the son of Authentic. He's run 3 times with a win and 2 runner-up finishes. He was second in the Robert Lewis Stakes last time out, and Flavian Pratt is his rider. Number 5, Smooth Cruisin'. This one for trainer Karen Headley. This is the son of Gervin. Ricardo Gonzalez is going to ride this one. Broke his maiden in the debut, and then he was 4th in the San Vicente. Finally, number 6, Berlin Wall for trainer Steve Knapp. This one was placed first to this qualification last time out. He did cross the line second in that race. Now we're going to go last to first in the San Felipe Stakes, and the horse that I pick to finish 6th and last is number 6, Berlin Wall. Now he did break slow and he rallied to finish 3rd. That was in his 5.5 furlong debut, and he was 3-1 odds that day. And then last time he rallied from off the pace, and he finished a troubled 2nd, and he was the favorite that day, and that race was at 6 furlongs, and as I said, he was placed first through disqualification. Now both of those races were Cal-bred maiden special weight events, so now this state-bred horse is going to stretch out in distance and step way up in class, and he's probably up against it. The horse that I picked to finish 5th is number 5, Smooth Cruisin', and he did defeat Mellencamp and Journalism when he was 21-1 in his 6-furlong debut at Santa Anita. And then he was 33-1 in the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes on January 4th, and he ended up finishing 8.5 lengths behind Barnes, who's probably going to be the favorite in this race. So he stretches out after 2 sprints, and he's going to need to run faster. The horse that I picked to finish 4th is number 1, Mellencamp. And as I said earlier, he is still a maiden after 4 starts, and he did complete the exacta in 2 of those 4 races. Now, he was last in a 5-horse field, beaten 16 lengths in the Grade 2 Low-Sal Futurity, and Journalism ended up winning that race. And then he returned to the maiden special weight ranks last time out, and he ended up finishing second behind Santa Anita Derby hopeful of Beza. That was a flat mile event at Santa Anita on February 14th. So he does figure to save ground, stalking the pace. He looks like the 4th best horse on speed ratings on paper. And I think that maybe he can get a piece of this. But I think that it's a stretch to expect this maiden to win this race. The horse that I picked to finish third is number 2, Journalism. And the top 3 horses in this race are all part of my Kentucky Derby list. This could be an important race on the road to the Derby because there is some quality at the top in this race. And Journalism did finish an even third in a 5-horse field in his 6th furlong debut. That race was just too short for him. He was going to be a route horse all along, and they stretched him out to 1 mile in his second career start. And he sat in mid-pack in a 10-horse field, and he rallied to break his maiden by 2.5 lengths. And that race was at Del Mar. And then last time in the Grade 2 Low-Sal Futurity, he was able to track the pace setter there, Getaway Car. That's a Bob Baffert trainee. And he did go right by that one in the stretch, and he won by 3.5 lengths. That race was in December of last year. And then Getaway Car did return to win the Sunland Derby recently. And this one ended up getting sick. They were going to point for the Robert Lewis Stakes. He got sick earlier this winter, so they weren't able to run in that race. But he has been working steadily since January 23rd. And Michael McCarthy and company paid $825,000 for this Curlin colt. And I think he could easily win this race if it sets up enough for him. He likes to track the pace. And of the 2 Baffert trainees that I'm going to mention are probably the 2 horses that are going to be forwardly placed in front of Journalism early. But he's a solid contender in here, and he looks like a promising horse on the road to the Derby. And the horse that I picked to finish second is number 3, Barnes. And he's probably going to be the favorite in this race, and he won both of his sprint starts for Bob Baffert. Now, he shipped from Santa Anita to Churchill Downs for his career debut, and he did overcome a less-than-ideal trip that day, and he edged Innovator by a head. He was the favorite. That was at 5.5 furlongs in November. And that day, he was stuck down on the inside. He was drifting out in the stretch. He was not professional, but he got the job done there. And then it was 10.5 lengths back to the show finisher that day. And then he was the even money favorite in the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes, and he was much more professional, and he dueled on the lead, and he pulled away, and he won that race by 5.5 lengths. They paid $3.2 million for this Into Mischief colt, and he did drill a 5-furlong bullet in 58 and change on February 11th. He should be all over the pace in here under Juan Hernandez. He could easily take this race. And the horse that I'm going to pick on top in here is number 4, Barnes' stablemate, number 4, Rodriguez. And he dueled on the pace. He was clearly second best behind his stablemate, Romanesque, in his 6.5 furlong debut at Del Mar in November. And then he stretched out in distance, second time out. He set a fast pace in a 1-mile race at Santa Anita, and he romped that day by 7 lengths. And he was the favorite. That race was on January 4th. And then they ran in the Grade 3 Robert Lewis Stakes last time out. And he looked like I picked him on top. I thought maybe he could get out there and set the pace, but actually he ceded his lead to the early lead to the stablemate there. That was Citizen Bull. Now, Citizen Bull for Bob Baffert, 2-year-old champion, a really talented horse. He had won the Grade 1 American Pharaoh and the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year, and those wins made him the 2-year-old champion. And Rodriguez just allowed Citizen Bull to get out there and set the pace in the Robert Lewis, and Citizen Bull was clearly best that day. But I do like the fact that Rodriguez, even though he didn't get the lead like he did in his maiden race, he just kept chasing Citizen Bull. He never gave up. He was clearly second best. And as I said, I did make him my top choice in that race. And then the horse that finished third in the Robert Lewis Stakes, a clear third, was another Bob Baffert trainee, Mattakit Road. And that one returned to set the pace, and he finished second in the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes last weekend. And Citizen Bull's waiting for the Santa Anita Derby. So I thought he faced some quality horses last time. No disgrace coming out of a maiden race, facing a 2-time Grade 1 winner in Citizen Bull and chasing and finishing second last time. And Juan Hernandez, who's been riding Rodriguez, he did opt to ride Barnes in this race, but Flavien Prat's going to be aboard Rodriguez, so I don't have any problem with that at all. And he should be right up on the pace in here along with Barnes, and those two could easily just run 1-2 all the way around. So we'll have to see which one does end up setting the pace. Barnes has the inside position. He has post 3. Rodriguez has post 4. and we'll see how it plays out. But they should be forwardly placed. I don't think they're going to be dueling on the lead. Two stable mates, very talented. And with Barnes maybe stretching out to 2 turns for the first time, maybe he will end up setting the pace. But maybe Rodriguez has the edge because he has two two-turn races under his belt. He's won around 2 turns, and he got that valuable stakes experience last time facing some quality horses in Citizen Bull and Matticat Road. So maybe Rodriguez, with that edge around 2 turns over Barnes, might be able to get the job done in here. So I will pick Rodriguez as my top choice in the San Felipe, with number 3 Barnes my second choice, and number 2 Journalism my third choice. And that will wrap up my look at the San Felipe. And if you want a free pick each day, go to therunawayhorse.com and click on the Better Bets blog tab at the top of my homepage. You can get a free pick from around the country each day. And don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them, and subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. And until next time, good luck at the races.